This is the history of the generations of the heavens, and of the earth, when they were created, in the day that Yahweh God made the earth, and the heavens. No plant of the field was yet in the earth, and no herb of the field had yet sprung up, for Yahweh God had not caused it to rain on the earth, and there was not a man to till the ground, but a mist went up from the earth, and watered the whole surface of the ground. Yahweh God formed man from the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. Yahweh God planted a garden in the east, in Eden, and there he put the man whom he had formed. Out of the ground, Yahweh God made every tree to grow that is pleasant to the sight, and good for food, the tree of life, also in the middle of the garden, and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Yahweh God took the man, and put him into the Garden of Eden to work it, and to care for it. Yahweh God commanded the man, saying, "From every tree of the garden you may eat, yes, eat, but from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, you must not eat from it, for in the day that you eat from it, you will die, yes, die." Yahweh God said, "It is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him a helper suitable for him." Out of the ground, Yahweh God formed every animal of the field, and every bird of the heavens, and brought them to the man to see what he would call them. Whatever the man called each living soul, that was its name. The man gave names to all livestock, and to the birds of the heavens, and to every animal of the field, but for man, there was not found a helper suitable for him. Yahweh God caused a deep sleep to fall on the man, and he slept, and he took one of his ribs, and closed up the flesh in its place. And the rib that Yahweh God had taken from the man, he made into a woman, and brought her to the man. The man said, "This is now bone of my bones, and flesh of my flesh. She will be called woman because she was taken out of man. This is why a man will leave his father and his mother, and will join with his wife, and they will be one flesh." They were both naked, the man and his wife, and were not ashamed. Now the serpent was more crafty than any animal of the field that Yahweh God had made. He said to the woman, "Has God really said, 'You must not eat from any tree of the garden'?" The woman said to the serpent, "From the fruit of the trees of the garden, we may eat, but from the fruit of the tree that is in the middle of the garden, God has said, 'You must not eat from it, nor are you to touch it, lest you die.'" The serpent said to the woman, "No. You will not die, yes, die. For God knows that in the day you eat it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil." When the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was a delight to the eyes, and that the tree was to be desired to make one wise, she took of its fruit and ate, and she gave some to her husband, who was with her, and he ate. The eyes of both of them were opened, and they knew that they were naked, so they sewed fig leaves together, and made themselves loin coverings. They heard the sound of Yahweh God walking around in the garden, at the time of the evening breeze, and the man and his wife hid themselves from the presence of Yahweh God, among the trees of the garden. Then Yahweh God called to the man, and said to him, "Where are you?" The man said, "I heard the sound of you in the garden, and I was afraid, because I was naked, and I hid myself." God said, "Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree that I commanded you not to eat from?" The man said, "The woman whom you gave to be with me, she gave me fruit from the tree, and I ate." Yahweh God said to the woman, "What is this you have done?" The woman said, "The serpent deceived me, and I ate." Yahweh God said to the serpent, "Because you have done this, you are cursed above all livestock, and above every animal of the field. On your belly, you will go, and you will eat dust all the days of your life. I will put hostility between you and the woman, and between your seed and her seed. He will bruise your head, and you will bruise his heel." To the woman he said, "I will multiply, yes, multiply your pain in childbirth. In pain, you will bear children. Your desire will be for your husband, and he will rule over you." To Adam he said, "Because you have listened to your wife's voice, and have eaten of the tree of which I commanded you, saying, 'You must not eat of it,' cursed is the ground for your sake. In toil, You will eat from it all the days of your life. It will produce thorns and thistles for you, and you will eat the plants of the field. By the sweat of your face, you will eat bread until you return to the ground, for out of it, you were taken. For you are dust, and to dust, you will return. Yahweh God made coats of skins for Adam, and for his wife, and clothed them. Yahweh God said, Behold, the man has become like one of us, knowing good and evil. Now, lest he reach out his hand and also take of the tree of life, and eat, and live forever. Therefore, Yahweh God sent him out from the Garden of Eden, to till the ground from which he was taken. So he drove out the man, and he placed the cherubim at the east of the Garden of Eden, with the flaming sword that was turning in every direction, to guard the way to the tree of life.